Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another Politicrat Dispatch. My name is Omar Moore. Thank you very much for joining me on this particular dispatch. It is Sunday, August the 3rd, 2025. In a little over an hour from the recording of this particular dispatch will be the release of this particular day's Politicrat podcast. Now you can find it on Apple, Spotify, and numerous other podcasting platforms. And that'll be coming up in about an hour or so from now, at least from the time that I recorded this particular dispatch. It's an episode that you really must listen to. We talk about the Justice Department and its voter suppression tactics. And I also talk about the children of Gaza, a very important episode that you must listen to. That's coming up in the next hour or so from the time I'm recording this. You can find it, as I said, on the Politicrat Podcast, on Spotify, on Apple, and numerous other podcasting platforms. The other thing I want to say is that I am giving away 2 copies of Vice President Kamala Harris's new book entitled 107 Days. It chronicles the 107-day campaign that Vice President Kamala Harris ran last year in her run for the White House, a campaign that had a lot of different things going on and behind the scenes. And Vice President Harris gives you a very candid look at what happened during that 3.5 month period that she ran for president, the shortest time period in the history of the United States, as far as I know, for someone running a campaign or running for president of the United States of America. Remember, July the 21st of 2024 was when it all began after President Biden, after 3 weeks of pressure from Democrats and from establishment Democrats in particular, some of them at least, wanting him to bow out, and he did bow out on that day of July last year. And that, of course, began the campaign for Vice President Harris, who, raised so much money in literally a few hours after Joe Biden had actually left the race officially, and then ran this campaign that she, ran this race that she ran. I thought she did a very, very good job. Of course, things were not perfect by a long stretch in terms of the way the campaign ran and handled certain things, but she was terrific in the very small window of time that she had, and yet she almost pulled it off. We'll see whether she runs in 2028 for the White House again, but this book definitely gives you an eye-opening view of her thoughts and impressions and her feelings and um, her impressions and experiences on the campaign trail, which I cannot wait to read in full. And I cannot wait to give 2 copies of the book away. And I hope that you happen to be one of the 2 lucky winners. I really do hope so. Now, for you to have a chance to win one of the copies of the book I'm giving away, please subscribe to this channel on YouTube and like the video. I really would appreciate that. Please subscribe to this particular YouTube channel. That would be youtube.com/@the Politicrat POD. Please subscribe to this channel in order to have a chance to win a copy of the book. And make sure you like the video as well. This video, that is. Now, when the book is released, which will be September the 23rd, I will be doing a drawing out of a hat live here on YouTube. And if your name comes out of that hat and you are a subscriber, then a copy of the book will go to you. Now, again, I'm only giving away 2 copies here on the Politicrat on the YouTube channel in conjunction with the podcast. And all you have to do is subscribe to this channel and like the video. Now, if you do those 2 things, you will automatically be entered with a chance to win the book from Vice President Kamala Harris entitled 107 Days. So that's what I wanted to say on this Politicrat Dispatch. The brand new episode for Sunday, August 3rd is coming within the next hour or so, so stay tuned for that. and keep on listening and following the Politicrat podcast, as well as subscribing to this channel to have a chance to win the book 107 Days by Vice President Kamala Harris. I cannot wait to get my hands on this book and read it. I cannot wait to give away 2 copies of the book right here. So, with more details coming up as we get closer to September 23rd. But until then, I hope you have a great rest of your evening and your week ahead. Take care now.